In the heart of the Middle East, a humanitarian crisis is unfolding with devastating consequences. The Gaza Strip, home to over 2.3 million Palestinians, has been embroiled in a brutal conflict with Israel since October 2023. The situation has spiraled into one of the most severe humanitarian emergencies in recent history. The conflict began with a series of attacks on October 7, 2023, resulting in significant loss of life on both sides. Since then, Gaza has faced relentless bombardment, leading to widespread destruction and a catastrophic humanitarian situation. The Israeli military has systematically restricted access to essential food and medical aid, exacerbating the suffering of the civilian population. The blockade imposed by Israel has weaponized aid, using it as a tool of collective punishment against the Palestinian people. This has led to severe food deficits and conditions resembling famine, with numerous children succumbing to malnutrition and treatable ailments. The healthcare system is on the brink of collapse, with hospitals and medical facilities severely damaged or destroyed. Despite a fragile ceasefire agreement reached in January 2025, Israel has continued to restrict humanitarian aid, further deepening the crisis. The blockade has not only starved the population, but also stripped civilians of their basic needs to survive. The entire population of Gaza relies heavily on aid, yet the volume of aid reaching the enclave remains grossly insufficient. The international community has condemned these actions, with organizations like the United Nations and the International Court issuing warnings and arrest warrants for alleged war crimes, including the use of starvation as a method of warfare. As the conflict continues, the humanitarian situation in Gaza grows more desperate. Families are torn apart, neighborhoods are destroyed, and the economy has contracted significantly. The absence of a functioning government has left NGOs to navigate this crisis alone, facing immense challenges in delivering aid amidst lawlessness and security threats. The world watches as Gaza teeters on the edge of a humanitarian catastrophe. It is imperative that humanitarian aid is allowed to enter the territory freely, and a realistic plan for post-war governance is established to address the root causes of this crisis. In the face of such brutality and suffering, it is crucial that we remember the humanity of those affected. The people of Gaza are not just statistics. They're mothers, fathers, children, and families who deserve dignity, peace, and access to basic human rights. As we reflect on this crisis, we must ask ourselves, what can we do to help? How can we ensure that aid reaches those who need it most? And how can we work towards a future where such humanitarian crises are prevented? The answer lies in collective actions supporting humanitarian efforts, advocating for peace, and demanding accountability from those responsible for these atrocities. Together we can make a difference and ensure that humanity is not forgotten in the midst of conflict.